That's a really tricky thing because you want your website to look beautiful and have these crisp, clear images. But if you're uploading, huge digital files, your website ain't going to load. How can we what are some actual tips that we can use to make our websites load quickly?
Yep. Let me give you a bunch of free candy, man, because a lot of stuff out there you can just do. So number one, Birme.net, BIRME.net is a free tool online that does two things. One, it will optimize your images, but you can also then title tag, like SEO title tag your images in that process. So load 40 images off your iPhone into Birme.net, tell it, hey, my business name, title, service title. And as it optimizes those image, it will actually put the title tag on it as well. So that's going to speed up your image and give you, a title tag and an SEO friendly, thing for Google to index. That's one free tool.
Love it.
Or you can put Imagify, which is a free tool. You can pay. There's a paid version, but there's a free version of Imagify, and it's a plugin. It's really robust. You can put on your website, and what that does is it will take an image that you load, and it will create a desktop version, a tablet version, a mobile version, a Retina version of that same image, which is brilliant because then, depending on what device you're loading, it loads the correct image. And you'll see a lot of load time is affected by that image, that JavaScript load. So if you can optimize those images and size, that is the single easiest way to increase load time. And video, putting direct like MP4 link video or YouTube link background videos, you just want to weigh the pro and the con. Mm-hmm. But you got to get your speed. Server speed obviously is a big issue there. Generally I'd say don't be on a shared server. And I won't name drop anyone, but there's a lot of cheap shared servers out there. Spend a few extra bucks and get like a cloud-based dedicated server so that your load time is going to be wicked fast.
Love that. What's a cloud-based server that you're a big fan of?
We host all of ours on either Flywheel or Kinsta. Flywheel is a little bit more easy for the average person to kind of set up. Kinsta is a little bit more technical, but both easily done. And again, you get all the perks that come with that as well. So
that makes a lot of sense. And like all these tools are just gold because like you said, anything you do get your load times. I love that Imagify idea too, because this drives me nuts when I go to a website on my desktop and it looks good. And as soon as you go to the mobile, it looks like they haven't spent any time. But yeah, in your experience, where are people spending the most time when they're going to websites?
Yeah, the data says it's absolutely all mobile.
Yeah.
And mobile meaning both tablet. It's funny, tablet's having a weird moment. Like it's actually emerging and growing. So some people were like ignoring the tablet view because who has a tablet? But actually people are searching that now. And on the mobile viewing is so important. Like the client, like if you're the business owner, you're looking on your laptop, your desktop. That's what your secretary is on. That's what your project manager is probably on. But the reality is, if my wife calls me and said, hey, we need to, get landscaping done, I'm going to, hey, Siri, landscaping near me. I'm going to look at someone's site at a red light on my phone. That thing better load before the light turns green,
right,
and show me something that either makes me come back to that later in my mind when I get home and my wife says, hey, who we rocking with to do the landscaping? Or, it needs to have some quick like tap call to action, tap, load my phone number, tap to call. Those mobile experiences are huge. Like we could actually talk a long time on just the mobile data that's coming in and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about the conversions, right? Because I think that's something that's really important and difficult to quantify. People are like, okay, I'm going to build out a beautiful website that looks good on desktop. Two pretty big mistakes. You really want to, like you said, you maximize your load time, optimize for mobile, tablet, make sure it looks good on everything, and then make sure it's not too cluttered. But let's say, for example, let me back it up a little bit. When we're looking at our website conversions, how well it's converting to actual sales or leads, what are some ways we can measure that? And how do we fix it if it looks like it's broken? How do we know if we're getting enough leads or not?
No, there's great questions. So first of all, put Google Analytics on your site if it's not. There's some free plugins that'll do your analytics, but Google Analytics is free. Mm-hmm. So why not put Google Analytics on? You'll get data out the wazoo. In fact, we have a pretty brilliant, my business partner, Adam, man, He studied conversion for 15 years now and analyzes all the nerd juice that honestly, I don't even have time for. But we put a video out that just dumbs down Google Analytics, because it can be scary when you jump in and look at all the numbers and charts and data. It's like the 5 places to look in your Google Analytics. It's brilliant. And for the average business owner, it's enough. So that's how you can start getting the data, tracking the data. But B, what you have to decide is, what is a conversion for your business? Some people think a conversion is only when they fill out the, hey, I want a free quote or free estimate or whatever. And that's okay. But there's also smaller, like micro conversions, that are just as important to watch. Like, we know from data that one of the most important pages on your website, top 5 always, and I'm talking always as in like in education sectors, in professional services, in home services, top 5 pages, your about us, your leadership and team page, that page, everyone's going to visit it. Because nowadays in the marketplace, because we have so many options, people are choosing based on like personal resonance or personal connection. So you got to step out from behind your brand logo a little bit. But for a lot of people, there's a micro conversion is, hey, did they visit my about page? Because if they click through, on average 3 to 5 pages on your site, that's typical for a user. That's a great, like 3.5 pages. If they don't visit that about page, if you don't have a way to get them there, then they're just comparing prices between a bunch of other local people. If you can get them to your about page and like, again, why you're doing what you're doing, begin with why, Simon Sinek, or if you can tell them about the local charity you support or the free guarantee that you offer with your services, get them to that. So studying those like micro conversions is just as important as how many people went to my contact page and filled out the form. So we really recommend like looking at that and decide for yourself what is important on those conversions.
Thanks for watching Mark Savant Media. Here we're going to help you create better content in less time and turn that attention into income. If you love this video, you're going to love these videos here. Click the one. Me and my team specially selected this just for you. Click the link, check out the video. I'll catch you here next time on Mark Savant Media. Peace.